It doesn't begin with a scream or a breakdown. It begins with a feeling a child cannot name, a heaviness in the room, a parent who feels emotionally absent, unpredictable, or overwhelmed. An atmosphere where love exists, but safety doesn't. At 6 or 7 years old, you don't understand addiction, depression, rage, or neglect. But your body understands tension. Your nervous system notices patterns before your mind ever could. You watch closely, you listen carefully. You learn when to speak, when to stay quiet, when to disappear. And without realizing it, a silent promise forms inside you. If I stay aware, if I stay useful, maybe everything will be okay. So you adapt. You become the good child, the responsible one, the one who doesn't add problems, only solutions. You read the room before you read books. You learn to manage emotions before you learn to manage toys. This isn't maturity. This is a child stepping into an adult role far too early. Psychology calls it parentification, when a child is forced to emotionally support the adults around them. You become the caretaker, the peacekeeper, the emotional anchor. And when this happens repeatedly, it changes how the brain develops. Your nervous system shifts into hypervigilance. Always alert, always prepared, always bracing for impact. Love starts to feel transactional. If I stay calm, they won't explode. If I stay quiet, they won't leave. If I take care of them, maybe someone will take care of me. But no one ever does. The world praises you for what you've become. You're so mature for your age. You're so strong. You handle things so well. What they don't see is the cost, because the child doesn't disappear physically. They disappear emotionally. Their needs get buried. Their voice softens. Their tears dry up, not because they've healed, but because crying no longer feels safe. In their place grows a version of them that performs. A high-functioning child, a reliable student, a quiet achiever, a child who learns that being needed is safer than being loved. And that mask works so well that even you forget it's a mask. But the child underneath doesn't vanish. They wait. They carry unanswered questions. Why did no one protect me? Why was I the strong one when I was the smallest? As you grow older, the survival patterns follow you. You may become hyper-independent, refusing help even when you're drowning. You may feel uneasy in calm moments, as if peace is temporary and danger is hiding nearby. You may confuse productivity with worth, exhaustion with success. Rest feels wrong. Softness feels risky. Joy feels unfamiliar. Because when chaos is normalized in childhood, stillness feels unsafe in adulthood. This isn't a personality flaw. It's a nervous system that never learned how to relax. Relationships become complicated. You overfunction. You fix. You explain. You anticipate needs before they're spoken. And yet you feel unseen. Boundaries feel like betrayal. Saying no triggers guilt. Asking for help feels like weakness. Deep down, there's a quiet longing that someone will notice you're not as strong as you pretend to be. That one day you'll finally be allowed to fall apart and be held. That longing belongs to the child you never got to be. Children don't choose this role consciously. They choose attachment. When safety isn't available, a child will abandon authenticity for belonging. That isn't weakness. That's survival intelligence. But here's the tragedy. What saved you then is now costing you peace. Healing doesn't begin with fixing yourself. It begins with witnessing yourself, with stopping the self-gaslighting. It wasn't that bad. Others had it worse. I turned out fine. Fine is often just another mask. The real work starts when you turn inward and ask, what did I need that I never received? Maybe it was reassurance, protection, permission to rest, space to play without fear. This is shadow work, not bypassing pain, not forcing positivity, but meeting the abandoned parts of yourself with honesty and compassion. It requires grief for the birthdays where no one showed up emotionally, for the innocence lost too early, for the child who carried burdens meant for adults. That grief isn't weakness, it's thawing. You don't heal by becoming someone new. You heal by reclaiming who you were before survival rewired you. No one is coming to rescue the child you buried, but you can. You can stop managing everyone else's emotions. You can choose rest without guilt. You can choose softness without fear. Growing up too fast was never your fault, but healing is now your responsibility. Let the child come home. Let them cry. Let them play. Let them finally be seen. You didn't get the childhood you deserved, but you still get a future. And this time, it doesn't have to be built on survival.